The Enchanted Garden. Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast enchanted forest, there was a magical garden unlike any other. This garden was home to the most beautiful and vibrant flowers, each with its own unique color and fragrance. The caretaker of this garden was a wise old owl named Ollie, who had been entrusted by the forest spirits to watch over the precious flora. One sunny morning, as Ollie was making his rounds through the garden, he noticed a change in the air. The flowers seemed to be wilting, their once bright petals turning dull and droopy. Alarmed, Ollie fluttered from flower to flower, trying to understand what could be causing this sudden decline. As he inspected each flower, Ollie heard a soft whimpering coming from the corner of the garden. Curious, he followed the sound until he came upon a lonely little gnome named Gus. Gus was sitting amidst a patch of withered flowers, tears streaming down his rosy cheeks. "What troubles you, dear Gus?" Ollie asked kindly, perching himself on a nearby branch. Gus looked up, his eyes filled with sorrow. "I have lost my magic touch," he sniffled. "I used to have the gift of bringing joy and happiness to all living things, but now I fear my powers have vanished." Ollie nodded understandingly, for he knew of Gus's legendary ability to make plants flourish with his touch. Together, they sought to uncover the reason behind Gus's sudden loss of magic. After much contemplation, Ollie suggested they embark on a journey to seek out the spirit of the forest, a powerful entity said to hold the key to all magical abilities. And so, with a heavy heart but hopeful spirit, Gus and Ollie set off through the forest, guided by the whispers of the wind and the songs of the birds. Along the way, they encountered all manner of enchanted creatures, from mischievous fairies to gentle giants, each offering their wisdom and guidance to the pair. Finally, after days of travel, they reached a sacred grove at the heart of the forest, where the spirit of the forest resided. The spirit appeared before them as a shimmering figure of light, its presence both comforting and awe-inspiring. "Why have you come, dear ones?" the spirit asked, its voice like a gentle breeze. Gus stepped forward, his voice trembling but determined. "I have lost my magic touch, and with it, the ability to bring joy to the world around me. Please, Great Spirit, is there a way to regain what I have lost?" The spirit regarded Gus with a knowing gaze, then spoke in a voice that seemed to resonate through the very trees. "Your magic has not truly left you, dear Gus. It merely lies dormant, waiting to be awakened once more. But first, you must learn to look within yourself and find the source of your true power." Gus nodded eagerly, his heart brimming with newfound hope. With the spirit's guidance, he closed his eyes and concentrated on his innermost desires, shedding all doubt and fear. And as he did, a warm light began to glow from within him, spreading outwards like a ripple in a pond. When Gus opened his eyes, he found himself surrounded by a burst of colors and scents, his magic returning to him in full force. The wilted flowers in the garden bloomed anew, their petals shimmering with renewed life and vitality. Overjoyed, Gus turned to Ollie and the spirit, tears of gratitude filling his eyes. Thank you both. I will never forget this moment, and I promise to use my magic to bring happiness to all who cross my path." And so, with his magic restored and his heart brimming with newfound purpose, Gus returned to the Enchanted Garden, where he tended to the flowers with newfound care and love. And from that day on, the garden flourished like never before, its beauty and magic spreading far and wide throughout the forest. And so, dear child, remember the tale of Gus the gnome and how he rediscovered his magic touch through love, courage, and the power of believing in oneself. Just like Gus, may you always remember that true magic comes from within, waiting to be awakened by the light of your heart.